Hello and welcome to the Gigabyte Challenge number 7 here on HeflaTV 1. This is going to be a best of one between the winners of the first round, Kompas Gaming and Moscow 5. As far as the players on Moscow 5, Tradada is Vigas, and, well, I don't think Arzart is playing with them currently. As for your casters, I'm Grandis Feet, and I will be joined by Mike Loris.
Yep, just came fresh off of the second Hefla TV channel, so that one should be firing off its game shortly. But I think I'm having a couple of connection issues today, so I might be dropping a little bit in and out. So I'm going to try to avoid covering the fights. Yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully that doesn't actually impact anything. Last game, the servers were kind of sketchy as well, so it might not just be you. But either way, Moscow 5 looked really strong in their game. Their teamfight execution was really on point. Were you casting the Kompas Gaming?
No, I was covering the Power Rangers versus Lions game.
I see. Okay, well, so I didn't see Kompas Gaming play today, but have seen them in the past, and they're pretty strong. We'll have to see if they're going to give Moscow 5 a run for their money. As far as this draft, it's taking quite a while for Kompas Gaming to decide on their second ban, as, well, they're leaving heroes in the pool for Moscow 5 to pick up, so it kind of makes sense, but then again, we're probably not seeing anything out of the ordinary with these picks and bans.
I love how Moscow 5's team is Moscow 5 2014 because this team has been like around forever, but it's always had like the worst rotation of players. Like there have been so many players on this team for such varying amounts of time that this is finally another iteration of Moscow 5. And well, actually haven't seen these players play together yet, though I have seen, I want to say, all of them play before.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair. This was the first time that I saw this five-man squad play as a five-man squad. Um, and, well, they look pretty strong. They'll start things off with the first pick, Skywrath Mage. No big surprises there. Really solid all-around support. Can't really say much else.
10 seconds.
Yeah, it's a solid hero to have no matter what. You could go into any direction with it. Do we have any idea who the arrow guy is for Moscow 5?
I have no idea what his official name is. He's supposed to change it. In these, is they're not ticketed, so it won't automatically change it. So honestly, I have no idea. I mean, it would be great if we could find out what his name is, but I think his profile is private, so we can't look at his past names anyway. So for now, he's Arrow's guy. I don't know. He played the Shadow Shaman last game, so I assume he's going to be taking up support again.
All right, well, sometimes you just gotta go by arrows to maintain your anonymity. But the first pick for Kompas Gaming is actually going to be a Shadow Demon. Rather peculiar opening, especially considering how powerful the alternatives are. Like, they could go for a Razor, Shadow Shaman right now, but instead opting for a hero that most likely will get through to the second pick phase.
Yeah, I know, Shadow Demon, he kind of crops up here or there as kind of a surprise pick. He works well against Skywrath Mage, being able to avoid his ultimate. But other than that, I have very little idea as to why they'd pick it up so early. Maybe we're seeing an Invoker Mirana in our future.
Yeah, I mean, either that or maybe even going something deeper like Leshrac or a Kunkka or something like that. And Shadow Demon setup is, I want to say, the best in the game as far as single target setup. Like, as far as setting up to kill one target with a play stun or anything like that, you can't get much better than a Shadow Demon, because if you miss, it's 100% on you.
Yeah. Last game, we saw Shadow Demon and Kunkka, although they weren't the supporting duo, they were on the same team, and roaming around with those two is, I don't know, just really strong. And I think one of Shadow Demon's weaknesses is that alone he can't get any kills, but he's amazing at setting up. So as long as you have some other lanes that are able to pick up the slack as far as damage is concerned, you definitely can get a lot of kills. Viper the pickup for Kompas Gaming, and his brother from another mother, Razor, picked up by Moscow 5. Probably the mech carrier for both teams, and presumably in the mid or safe lane.
Yeah, right now both teams kind of starting their draft in a very similar manner. Viper, Razor, they are very similar heroes. Skywrath Mage, Shadow Demon, they are both going to be playing support, though, in a different vein. We see Moscow 5 making a very smart ban and getting rid of that Mirana, and then just getting rid of the Tidehunter, though. It could benefit them to pick it up a whole lot. KPG, on the other hand, they're going to first kick out the Earthshaker, and, well, there's still Shadow Shaman in the pool, but they know that they have first pick. I don't really know how much I like Shadow Shaman with Shadow Demon, though.
We saw it last game, and it was really awkward. I don't know. It worked well whenever they tried to gank the Kunkka's lane, but outside of that, they just couldn't get anything done. Yeah, I don't really like them on the same team. He doesn't really combo very well with it. If you're gonna pick up another support, pick something up like a Leshrac or a Kunkka if you want to start roaming around. And if you want to just play defensively, I don't know, just get another support that is going to do that. Maybe something along the lines of a Sand King.
Yeah, those heroes definitely partner a lot better with Shadow Demon. So they ban out the Bat Rider in the end, which is a decent enough ban. Like it's a dangerous hero for sure, but that still does leave the Shadow Shaman in the pool. And I don't see Kompas Gaming taking it as they don't take it. They get the Nature's Prophet. This should be a pretty clear pickup for Moscow 5. Never mind.
Instead, it is the Wraith King, and well, I mean, as your supporting combos go, Wraith King Scarlet Mage, one of the stronger ones this patch. A lot of magic nuke damage coming out from those two, and definitely some roaming potential. So, I don't know, it's interesting to see the Shadow Shaman ignored, and I don't think either team are going to pick it up, to be honest. I don't know. Very, very curious.
Well, it still could go well with the Skywrath Mage Wraith King if they do want to have a core Wraith King, though. Against a Viper, I'm not sure if that's exactly what they want to do. Have a core melee hero because Viper pretty much has a field day with that. Viper Strike plus general poison attack kiting means that Wraith King will need a basher or a huge amount of setup in order to kill off the tanky Viper. So, I mean, it's probably not what they want to do, but it is an alternative for them. As Kompas Gaming, they do pick up a Nyx Assassin.
Nyx Assassin is kind of interesting here. Honestly, the only hero that I see him really hunting down throughout this game is the Skywrath Mage. Without setup, he definitely can soul, and that mana burn is going to sting. For a support Skywrath Mage, very easy to bring him down. Other than that, I think you probably could have gone for something a little bit different and maybe offer a little bit more team fight. I don't know, I probably would have liked to see the Centaur if they're going to go for an offlaner, although this is looking like it's going to be a support Nyx Assassin.
Nyx Assassin is a hero that does benefit a lot from having that setup from the Shadow Demon, because Impale no longer is targetable. You will pretty much always be able to land it off of a disruption, which is really nice. Also, having Mana Burn versus Wraith King is always a useful tool in that regard. Though, yeah, I think this is a support Nyx Assassin. It's not the strongest way to lane this hero, but it is still perfectly viable.
Yeah. I don't know, I think if Kompas Gaming do get off to a slow start, however, this Nyx Assassin is kind of going to fall fairly flat. I don't know, I want to see it work out, but I have my reservations about Nyx Assassin played as a support. I think he just needs those levels a little too much. Moscow 5, on the other hand, picked themselves up a Clockwork. I really like this pick. It synergizes well with their Skywrath Mage, as well as giving Razor a pretty easy way to get off his link, but most importantly, catching out the Nature's Prophet while he's roaming around the map, as well as isolating the supports in a team fight is wonderful. Combos well with the Skywrath Mage, setting up the Mr. Flare with the Cogs.
Gives them some great access of initiation, which before the Wraith King picks up his Blink Dagger would have been non-existent on the Moscow 5 side. So yeah, Clockwork is perfectly capable of soloing up a lane, though. I think Moscow 5 would like to have him go up against Nature's Prophet. Not the most fun lane for Clockwork, but definitely a lane that he could function perfectly well in. Viper, it looks like he's going to be mid laning for now, though he could very easily go with the Shadow Demon and Assassin and have a very aggressive tri-lane there.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they'd throw that tri-lane, but it definitely is an option. Right now, Kompas Gaming, their lane is still fairly ambiguous, and they have plenty of options at their disposal for whatever they do want to go for.
All right, so we don't have much time left for Kompas Gaming, but Moscow 5 going to consider their ban right now. Tinker ban, kind of making... it's a good counter versus the Nature's Prophet, so if Moscow 5 would have wanted to pick that one up, it would have been a pretty solid lane with Wraith King, Skywrath, Razor, but it looks like M5, they're banning out the Leshrac. They're still expecting setup with the Shadow Demon. I don't know if I would really be scared of a Leshrac here, though.
I would be okay with that pick coming out from Kompas Gaming. Would give them a lot of pushing power with the Diabolic Edict, as well as a mech on the Viper and Nature's Prophet just naturally being able to summon those units. On the side of Moscow 5, they have very little counter push. They have the Plasma Field and Rocket, and that's good and all, but that's not going to stop a Leshrac from pushing. And in lane, Shadow Demon, Nyx Assassin, and Leshrac definitely could get some kills, although maybe not the scariest hero.
5 seconds.
I don't know. Moscow 5 just not wanting to deal with that.
And looks like the last pick from KPG, it's going to be the Invoker. So this almost certainly is going to be a support Nyx Assassin now. If they have perfect setup for that Invoker Sunstrike, if they land the Curse on the target plus the Impale, then I don't really care who you are. You're probably going to die from that. That's a lot of burst damage, plus, of course, the right-click follow-up. So Invoker is going to add a lot to their push potential as well. Overall, pretty solid pick for Kompas.
Yeah, and especially if this next assassin gets off to an early start, their global ganking is incredibly strong. If you just see a solo Shadow Demon in lane, usually that's a pretty easy just go on me. He has a defensive disruption, but that's about it. But on the side of Kompas Gaming with the Nyx Assassin, as well as the Sunstrike coming through, Nature's Prophet Ultimate, as well as the risk of a TP in, they have plenty of ways to get these solo pickoffs.
And the last pick for M5, it's going to be a Vengeful Spirit. Possibly it's going to be a Core Spirit. I didn't see Moscow 5's last game, so I don't know who played what, but maybe you could shed some light on that.
Well, it looks like it is going to be a support Venge, but potentially we're going to be seeing a core Skywrath Mage played by Blow Your Brain, who took up the mid position last game. Yeah, so shaking up the lanes a little bit, coming out from Moscow 5. Well, as we jump into this game, I'll go ahead and introduce that team, as Blow Your Brain is sticking with Skywrath Mage, not swapping with anybody. Arrows on the Wraith King, Dota or Vigas playing on the Clockwork, and, well, up towards the top lane we have Nexus playing on the Vengeful Spirit, and Throne playing on the Razor.
On the Kompas Gaming side, we got Gorek playing the Nature's Prophet. Already does have the boot, so he should keep himself at a pretty nice distance from everyone else. RT is going to be playing the Viper, followed up by Jet on his Invoker. Goddamn is going to be supporting as the Nyx, as will PSM on the Shadow Demon. They will definitely be going together, and the roaming from those two heroes is pretty intense, especially when you consider the fact that they will always have global backup in the teleportation, plus the Sunstrike, of course, once those heroes get to the level 2 mark.
Yeah. I don't know, at the earlier stages, it is going to all be about whether or not PSM is able to get in range for the disruption and set things up. Looks like I am having a little bit of server lag. Is that affecting you as well?
Yeah, I'm right now. It's cleared.
Yeah, okay, so it looks like that's just going to be how it's going to be, because it was the same last game. I tried reloading and it didn't do anything, so I don't know. These European servers not cooperating with us Americans today.
Yeah, it seems like wherever we go, the bad server issues follow, but it's good to know that it's not just me at the very least. Skywrath Mage, he is going to be played core, as you mentioned before. Skywrath Mage versus Invoker is, at the very start, not that great for the Skywrath Mage, because he does have to deal with the base damage disadvantage, but as he gets his levels up, he's very, very capable of killing off this Invoker solo, though he will pretty much always be behind as far as the base damage is concerned.
Yeah, and in that sense, if he doesn't get the kill or there's no rotations to help him out, the Invoker should have at least a good farming lane. We start out with a good rotation, or a rotation coming up from Goddamn, as well as PSM, potentially looking to make a kill happen on the Skywrath Mage, but I don't know, they're being pinged out by the Clockwork. I don't know, just recognizing that everybody's missing, and with a very deep Observer Ward, it's fairly obvious that they are off of their lane, and in the end, they are just going to rotate back towards top. Very unlikely that they'd get the kill in the Skywrath.
So looks like the lanes for M5 working out pretty well for them, as Clockwork does draw the matchup versus Nature's Prophet. He'll have to deal with this Treant harassment, but he has Tangos and a Stout Shield for that, plus a double damage rune to last hit. The Clockwork should be just fine in this bottom lane as long as he holds Tangos, which of course means that we're going to have a 3v3 matchup up on top lane. Razor versus Viper, and of course with the supports rotating in, Great Fire Blast onto RT's follow-up stun from Nexus, plus the damage drain. RT's might be your first blood, and it looks like he will, although Bubble from PSM only going to mean that Tipo does even more damage, but a nice Impale not going to really do it, as Nexus is the one to draw first blood.
Yeah, in the end, just double stun, too strong coming out from the Razor, and yeah, seals himself 56 damage. Not going to be able to put that to really great use, but in the end, first blood given the way of Moscow 5. A great start for them, and well, Viper is a hero. Usually you see him as a lane dominator, but in this situation, it's not really going to be that way, and since the Nyx Assassin is pretty much going to be stuck as a solo support here, or as a support in a tri-lane, his levels really aren't going to come out, and I'm not sure this Nyx Assassin support is going to be able to get off the ground unless they're able to find kills with rotations.
If they were up against the Clockwork, then the Nyx Assassin would very easily be able to get these levels up, but he usually relies on pulls and or kills to get those levels up. If he pulls right now, then the tower is going to take some damage, or at the very least, Viper is going to be forced to last it under a tower. With another Toxin, that's not unmanageable, but it's still not what you actually want to be doing, as Wraith King does find himself a haste rune, and Jet is pretty weak due to this Arcane Bolt harassment. With Concussive Shot flying out from Skywrath, they could very easily go for this kill. They will go for it. Jet taking so much damage. Another Bolt will kill him off, but it looks like, yeah, Skywrath Mage did get the kill, and he will drop pretty low, but will get out of there alive. Another free kill for Moscow 5, anytime top lane. Someone's in the bubble. There's the stun onto Tipo. RT's there with 1 point poison attack. Not enough to kill off this Razor. Goddamn, gonna try to turn around for Nexus, but ultimately a level 1 poison attack doesn't slow by nearly enough.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet was thinking about rotating in there, but in the end, Gork just gonna sit down and bottom. So for now, pretty much every Wraithfire Blast that's been thrown on has netted them a kill, and Wraith King has yet another one to let loose. So lucky Haste Rune in the end to get the kill on Jet, but nonetheless able to secure that one. And with the bottle online for the Skywrath Mage, he didn't really lose anything. Didn't have to go back to base, didn't even have to crow his bottle as he had plenty of charges to get back up in fighting shape. Nick Assassin is going to try his best to jungle up, maybe just get a ward placed down, but in the end doesn't really accomplish that much. But yeah, this offensive tri-lane coming out from Moscow 5 really working out for them. Although the Razor isn't farming that well, he's still able to secure himself some good farm as well as an assist under his belt.
You know, at the very least, he's getting more farm than the Viper, and the Viper also having a death to his name, and I'm lagging once again. Hopefully no one's dying. There we go. Everyone's still alive, which is nice to see, but yeah, these server issues are going to be real freaking annoying.
Yeah, I don't know, for now we have arrows as well as Nexus waiting out. They're going to mana burn up the Wraith King. He still has some mana for the stun, and well, they start with Disruption as well as a Magic Missile thrown away PSM. For now, they're trying to get in range for the secondary disable, but they're not going to be able to do so as arrows falling very low. Wraithfire Blast to secure the kill onto the Shadow Demon. Inside this Sprout, they're going to look for a Sunstrike, but Throne is going to be able to run away, but the Poison attack probably going to be enough slow, especially with the Orb of Venom on Gorek. They only need a little bit more damage with the Stick Charges coming out. He's going to be tagged once more, and well, one more auto attack from the Viper will be the first kill going the way of Kompas Gaming. His Nexus probably also going to fall. Caught between 3 enemy heroes as I am lagging out, and I think he's as good as dead. No mana with the stick charges, all that was left. So in the end, 4 heroes up top coming out from Kompas Gaming, going to come away 2 kills richer.
But an Invis Skywrath Mage plus Wraith King who does have mana for 1 Wraithfire Blast, possibly looking to clean someone up as they retreat or something like that, or just go for Jet. That also sounds like a pretty good option to me. Blow Your Brain unfortunately doesn't have that level 6 Mystic Flare just yet, so the burst is not going to be as high as it really could be. But if they land a stun from Nexus, they could very easily follow up and kill off this Invoker. So Invoker, you better hug your tower.
And right now he is just playing so defensively on this side of his tower. He summons the Forge Spirits to get a little scouting going, and in the end the sports are going to back off of the lane, and Blow Your Brain just going to go back to farming. So, well sniffed by the Invoker. I think they had an Observer ward over that Invis, which is why he's playing so defensively. But in the end, it might be a Skywrath that gets caught out. Will they be in range for disruption? It looks like they will, but I'm lagging out, unfortunately. I have no idea what's going to happen. Blow Your Brain. I think he's going to die. He throws that concussive shot, and in the end, the Sunstrike is going to be on the mark with the Impales. All those spells just drop immediately. In the end, they get a kill in Skywrath.
Yeah, I was lagging too, so it was just suddenly Skywrath is there, and then suddenly it's just some feathers and a crater on the floor, so you know, some pretty Looney Tune-esque action going on there. But Artis, in the meantime, top lane, he's going to get stunned first by the Wraithfire Blast. They have another one from Nexus. He gets put into bubble defensively. The Nick Assassin looking for a stun as Tipo does start off his damage steal. However, nice 2-man Impale will keep the Viper alive. M5 looking for some aggression up on top. They even teleport Blow Your Brain up here. He has a Mystic Flare and he wants to use it, but there is no one to use it on.
Yeah, everybody's backed off. The Shadow Demon as well as the Nick Assassin are back in their defensive jungle, and in the end, as a mid-hero, Skywrath Mage really wants to get kills whenever he has the Mystic Flare online. He wants to be roaming and putting that to good use. But in the end, Blow Your Brain hasn't been able to do so. He's going to bottle up a little bit more, presumably pick up this regeneration rune as he's just kind of flapping his wings manically. In the end, they actually get a kill on the Shadow Demon. I have no idea what happened, but now the Cold Snap goes the way of Blow Your Brain. Will they be able to follow up? They TP in with Nature's Prophet. He has a Sprout going to throw it. Or will he? Gorg gonna look for the blinder, not going to land. And, well, in the end, Blow Your Brain going to be just fine.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much just a turnaround for a Mystic Flare. And Shadow Demon not exactly being a tanky hero to begin with, so he's going to drop really quickly to the high damage of that Skywrath Mage. Currently 2-1, doing pretty well for a core Skywrath Mage, all things considered. He's certainly doing a lot better than the Invoker, I would say, but they're going to lose their mid-tier 1 tower. Denial attempt, nicely tried by Blow Your Brain, but the Razor does teleport in, instantly gets impaled, Sunstruck as well. Not going to land, but I don't think it matters. Blow Your Brain still in an awkward position. He does have lots of support here, as Vigos has rotated in, has a hookshot, and wants to use it, though I don't think he actually has vision on anyone.
Yeah, for now, it is just going to be the tier 1 tower as well as the Razor pickoff going the way of Kompas Gaming. And, well, I think I'm going to try to reload one more time. Until then, it's Radio Dota from Mike Lores.
Right, so as long as it's not lagging for me, I guess you guys get to hear somewhat of what's going on. But let's do a quick item check while the both teams are kind of just backed off for now. Brain hasn't really gone for anything just yet, though he's sitting on 900 gold, so I expect Arcane Boots to be coming up for him. Wraith King actually getting a rather quick earn of Shadows, so he's going to look to put even more aggression onto the KPG side, also be that healer that the team really needs. And Arteez is going to start building up his mech as Clockwork does go for a hook shot on the enemy Nature's Prophet, though it does completely miss. I think he was just going it a little bit blind off of that, and if he hit, it would have been a free kill, but it's got to be Nexus on the bottom lane. He's going to initiate onto Arteez as I'm lagging, so I'm assuming Nexus is dying right now, though Arteez going to face down 2 teleportations. The drama, I can't handle it. There we go. Suddenly the Razor's in a Sprout, and he's really, really low. Gorek's going to work him down. That should be a free kill for the KBD side, as actually M5, they've lost 2 heroes already. Cold Snap onto the Wraith King. Shadow Poison will kill him, and PSM gets a double kill as the Shadow Demon. Yeah, the suspense is just too high, as they actually do find someone else near the tier 1 mid. Goddamn, in a little bit of trouble, but he will survive.
And
APG.
well, yeah, Kompas Gaming, they find themselves 3 for 0, the kill trade, and as well as the tier 1 tower looking really good for themselves. Invoker, he's been 5-manning around with his team and hasn't been farming that well, but now has the hand of Midas recipe to match the one that was picked up by the Nature's Prophet. So in the end, they're looking really good. They've been able to get a lot of towers and are currently leading the tower 1 for 1. And well, at this point in the game, I guess I'll take a look at the graphs, although it's not the usual time. But kind of as expected, we are looking at about a 3,500 gold advantage for Kompas Gaming, and similar in the experience, although not as drastic at only 1.5.
Really, this M5 team has been playing pretty much without their Clockwork this entire game. He's 0-0-0, has phase boots, which is really nice, but ultimately if you don't actually move out of your lane as Clockwork and get those kills, you're not going to be contributing that much. He can go for solo kills on many of the Kompas Gaming heroes, but he just hasn't had the chance to line up a hook shot. So meantime, Razor might be a little trouble up top. Teleportation and the mana burn to open things up. Sunstrike to set up, and they're just going to throw everything at this Razor. That's a free kill for the Viper.
Yeah, and well, that's also your level 5 for your Nyx Assassin. He's getting online a lot faster than I thought he would after the early laning stage, and isn't looking too shabby in the level department, matching pretty much the Razor. And well, another tier 1 tower going their way, even more gold in the pockets of Kompas Gaming. Will they be able to keep up this death ball? I'm inclined to think that they will, but even if they don't, with the Nature's Prophet as well as Invoker with Midas, they're okay with farming as well.
Yeah, they can afford to take this a little bit later, especially since Brain and Skywrath Mage is a very, very fragile core hero to have on your team. Like, you pretty much blow on him and he'll die. So KPG will always have that option later on, especially if you are the Nyx Assassin. They're going to look for initiation down on bottom. PSM trying to get in range for a disruption onto someone. They're going to find the Vengeful. She's going to try to teleport out, but I don't think she's going to escape. Just beat her down, or Sunstrike her. That's good too.
Yeah, so in the end, PSM gets that kill. I have no idea how, but in the end, that right click was the one to secure the killing blow. And well, Kompas Gaming, they're just finding pickoffs around the map. One of the big strengths of their lineup is pretty much if they have one person there, they can TP in a Nature's Prophet, have the Sunstrike in, and it's a fairly easy kill as they go in mid with the Mystic Flare going the way of the Invoker. They're going to lose him. Hookshot going to miss from Vigos, and while he's caught under tower, taking a lot of damage from aforementioned tower. Doesn't look like he's going to fall. He's bottling up as Gork is being brought down by the Wraithfire Blast as well as the Arcane Bolt. Double kill for Blow Your Brain at the end of the day in mid.
I'd much rather have the Clockwork take the hits than the Skywrath Mage. Skywrath Mage was able to dump almost his entire mana pool in a very short span. Now, goddamn, going to look for initiation onto Vigos. However, the miscommunication means that Impale will miss. Charizard still stuck in those illusions, but it looks like he will be just fine. Goddamn, might take a Wraithfire Blast, but it looks like he will survive just fine as Jet does teleport back into this fight. But M5 showing how much damage this Skywrath Mage can put out. He's even going to get more damage once he gets another point in Ancient Seal, but still, Kompas Gaming find themselves in a pretty decent position, all things considered, because bot lane has been pushing all the while.
Yeah. Well, Scarth Mage looks like he's going towards that Rod of Atos as his next item. It's really solid for getting solo kills as well as tanking up a little bit, giving you more intelligence. Pretty much anything a Scarth Mage could want. Although, getting a 4-staff for his team might have been a safer choice. I don't know, I like the Rod of Atos.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice setup for Mystic Flare, so Skywrath Mage, once he gets that up, he could pretty much solo kill anybody, I want to say. Maybe not the Viper, but Viper only has 1 point corrosive skin, so he's not as durable as Vipers can be at this stage. He's looking to go for Roshan, and it'll be almost immediately scouted. No, not immediately scouted. The Rocket Flare flies off to the right. and it will be a Roshan that is so far undetected by the M5 side.
Well, and they're completely not in position. They're dealing with lanes pushing out on top as well as bottom. And mid, for that matter, and in the end, it looks like this Roshan's going to go pretty much uncontested. They will get the knowledge that it is going on, and we might see a steal attempt coming up for the Clockwork. They are actually rotating in and trying to defend against this. They might be able to take a fight after Roshan falls. Let's see how this is going to break down. Roshan about 1,000. They're going to jump in with Vigos, but he's caught out with the Mystic Floor dropping on it, splitting the damage a lot, and now they cog in everybody. PSM's the first one that's falling low, but with the Plasma Field, everybody's dying, and well, now Artis on the ground. The Aegis is going to be picked up by the next assassin, but in the end, they lose 3 heroes forward as I'm lagging out, and I'd assume that God Adam is also going to fall. He is silenced up by the Skywrath Mage, and in the end, loses the Aegis almost instantly. Arrows on the Wraith King is not going to die. He might lose his Aegis, or his ultimate at the very least, but in the end, not going to happen as Blurry Brain picks up a dominating spree and a huge win for Moscow 5 at the end of the day, only losing their Clockwork for that, coming away with 4 kills as well as the Aegis dropped immediately.
That was just a sheer positioning advantage for M5. The Kompas Gaming side were stuck in the Roshan pit with their backs against the wall, so they actually didn't have much room to maneuver or anything like that. Granted, M5 don't really have the most AoE, like the Mystic Flare spread out amongst 2 or 3 heroes is suddenly not an impressive skill, and Razor, he does have a good amount of AoE, but he doesn't really have the levels to make that a true threat. So as far as Roshan fighting, M5, they don't really have the best, but they had just such better positioning over the Kompas Gaming side that they took that fight pretty handily.
Yeah. I don't know, for now, PSM and Goddamn potentially looking for a kill on bottom lane. They don't have Vendetta for a couple more seconds, but I don't know, they might be able to get this kill onto Throne if they catch him out. But for now, they're just going to farm up, and they might be the ones that get caught as there's smoke coming out from Vigos as well as Nexus. It looks like they're going to rotate towards mid, however. The Invoker might get caught out, and well, Jet, he's looking elsewhere on the map and just kind of standing there. And well, he's just going to walk straight in with that invisibility. It starts out with Battery Assault, no hookshot needed, as the Magic Missile will follow up. Jet looks like he's going to die very easily. The Forge Spirits aren't close enough to tank that Battery Assault damage, and in the end, an easy pickoff for Mafia 5, or Moscow 5, excuse me.
It was a 1-for-1 trade, though, as the gank on the bottom lane did come through. Goddamn, just walking in with Vendetta, setting up with PSM, landing that Soul Catcher into a Sunstrike. So 1-for-1 trade, fairly even, I would say, in that regard, but yeah, ultimately it's going to keep both of those heroes down for just a little while longer. Invoker, fortunately for him, didn't have Hand of Midas available, but this lag is really starting to get to me. But Rod of Atos now being picked up by the Skywrath Mage, so solo kill potential is fully online for him.
Yeah, let's see if he's going to be able to put that to good use. They're going to disrupt up the Vengeful Spirit here. They follow up with the Nexus and Impale and the Sunstrike. Easy kill on the Venge. And now they bring in the Nature's Prophet. It looks like Blurry Brain. He's looking for the Skywrath Mage ulti. It's going to land mostly on PSM. PSM is going to fall to the Arcane Seal. That Gorik is going to be stunned up as well. It's going to be a 2-for-1 to start things off. Positive Urn Charge goes away of the Skywrath Mage. Nexus really wants him dead, but in the end, not going to find him as he dies at the tower, as well as 3 heroes right-clicking him with the Eye of the Storm for the Razor operating.
Skywrath Mage close enough to his tower to get some pretty substantial backup, and KPG, though they did have an Invoker Sunstrike, the Nature's Prophet was already there in the fight, so, you know,
what's with all the script?
Okay. Invoker Sunstrike. Good skill.
Pretty much. Yep. So, nice snipe coming out from Jet there. Just knowing exactly where the Skywrath Mage was going to be. Well timed. I wasn't sure that was going to land, but in the end, got him. 4-staff picked up by the Invoker, and making that trade a little bit more worthwhile for Kompas Gaming, although it is still a 3-for-2 at the end of the day.
14-13. It's looking pretty even this game. It's about 2,500 gold in advantage of Kompas Gaming, and EXP is, you know, below 1,000 either way, so it's fairly negligible. So both sides looking to be pretty even come late game. Neither side really has a great late game team. So I think Kompas Gaming, with the split push that they have, should have it a little bit more of an advantage there.
Yeah, I would say so, as well as just the ability of them to get pickoffs. I don't know. That said, Moscow 5 also have great pickoff potential with the Clockwork and Skywrath Mage, so I think it all comes down to who's going to be able to find those kills, and then who's going to be able to transition them better into towers. You're pretty much comparing split push coming out from Nature's Prophet and Invoker to the Razor's Eye of the Storm that presumably will have an Aghanim's and Refresher behind it later on in the game. For now, up in top is going to be a next place where we might see initiation as the Kikatsu shot goes away of the Invoker, and that's an easy hook shot coming out from Vigos. He's going to force F away outside the cogs, but right into the Skywrath Mage ulti as he picks up the kill on the Invoker fairly easily. They might be looking for more as, well, Drum Charge as well as Phase Boost popped in the end. Not going to be able to chase anybody down. So yeah, Invoker just getting caught out while he was pushing to the tower a little bit too low. Is down in bottom. They find out PSM, and PSM is so dead. He has a disruption to delay things for now as the Nature's Prophet picks up the kill on the Skywrath Mage with his ultimate. But the Shadow Demon is going to die. TP attempt coming out from Throne. Will he be able to make it? No way to cancel that. And, well, he will. In the end, Razor's going to survive. 4 step away into the Sprout coming out onto arrows. Follow up, Impale. He does have Reincarnation. It looks like he's going to lose. It is only level 1, and, well, it looks like they're going to be able to kill him again. So a pretty big loss for that Wraith King, as if he loses his ultimate, well, I don't know. Nexus, he's looking for the swap potentially. The Magic Missile thrown in the way of Artis and arrows. Looking for Gorik. He's slowed down by the poison attack and might not be able to do so. Sunstrike not going to be on the mark. His arrows caught out in another Sprout, and the poison attack should be there. Nature's Prophet probably just going to TP back to base after this one, but in the end, not sure what the full kill score was, but Oscar 5 taking a beating, but before that, Kompas Gaming also losing a couple, so still not the worst. Rocket Flare down in bottom. Gonna drop Gorik to pretty low in the end, just gonna be able to back off.
Gorik's really playing with fire, but he will make it back home to safety, pick up the Maelstrom, so he's going to be hitting really hard, and these Sprouts so far, with the exception of like one earlier on, have been really on the mark. It's not exactly a hard skill to land, but still, when they do land and it's in a good position, you really feel the effects of it, and unfortunately for M5, they lost their Skywrath Mage as he was trying to retreat from the top lane gank previously on the Invoker. The Fort Spirits dropped him down really low, having 2 base armor at this stage, really not helping that case. And then the Wrath of Nature, as the Nature's Prophet, just threw it out. I don't even think it was to get a kill on the Skywrath Mage. I think it was just to help with damage in the fight, but ended up getting a kill regardless.
Yeah, Clockwork up top, looking for blood, presumably, on the Nature's Prophet. Let's see if they're going to be able to catch out Gorik here. Wraith King is also in there. Although with no Blink Dagger, he will have to follow up. The Flare is going to get Vision onto Gorik. Will he throw the hook? For now, he's just waiting for Vision, and he finds him out in the trees. He almost goes for the hook. The Sprout's going to be there, and he should know he's there. 4 step through the trees, and they will be able to follow up with the Wraithfire Blast. No hook shot needed coming out from Vigos, and in the end, Wraith King picks up kill on Nature's Prophet. So, well executed by them, and they'll have the hook shot for another time. As down in bottom
lane. Yeah, Nick Sasson gets caught in the corner. PSM's going to try to open up onto the Razor. Sunstrike will miss as the Razor turns around to fight Jet. Taking a lot of damage to RTs, though. Going to get stunned up with the Mystic Flare. Level 3 Corrosive Skin not going to help you enough as the Razor does get swapped out. Still, the Forge Spirits working on this Razor. Can they get the kill? Razor jukes them somehow. I don't know how he managed to do that, but the Invoker is the only one to survive from that engagement. M5 take a really nice fight.
Yeah, and Clockwork putting that hook shot to good use, catching out the Shadow Demon there. No Sunstrikes into the fountain, this time from Jetty. Will regen too much. Not even going to go for it. A little unfortunate. I like seeing them shoot for it, even if it doesn't net them a kill. But yeah, Blink Dagger picked up by the Skywrath Mage after that last engagement. So his solo kill potential is going to be even more, and it's going to be really good for catching out the Nature's Prophet and Invoker in particular. Blink into the Atos concussive shot with the full barrage of spells is pretty much going to be a kill on anybody he catches out alone. If the Shadow Demon's there, it is a different story, as negating that damage from the ultimate is going to be pretty huge. But for now, they're going to back off after the tier 2 tower.
And Skywrath Mage has got to be patient with his ultimate, but with the slows and movement speed advantage that he has, he can afford to be patient, because if he drops Mystic Flare, instantly the Invoker or the Nature's Prophet will throw out that Force Staff, and suddenly your Mystic Flare is wasted and you're very low on mana. But since you have the Rod of Atos plus the chasing power from Blink Dagger, you can afford to Concussive Shot, Ancient Seal, and then just work away with the Arcane Bolts, and then try to force them to use the Force Staff before you drop the Mystic Flare. Worst comes to worst, you let the target go, but it's better than wasting your ultimate and getting nothing for it.
Yeah, I mean, his ultimate isn't really about the cooldown, as especially once it's level 16, 20 seconds really isn't all that much to wait, and even 40 at level 11 really doesn't do much. It's more about the mana, because he's just such a mana-intensive hero, and going back to base is not what you want to do with your Skywrath Mage, if you're not getting a kill for it, that is.
He also doesn't have that much mana regeneration. He has some int coming out from his Rod of Atos, the Arcane Boost. He does jump in on Goddamn, but very, very quick on that the Spike Carapace. He will get put into a bubble, but I don't know if he has enough to escape. He will dodge the Magic Missile from Vendetta, though. So very well played by the Shadow Demon and the Nick Sasson, both keeping themselves alive. And ultimately, they lose the Mystic Flare, so that's going to mean Skywrath Mage doesn't really have that much mana to work with anymore, though he will have enough for a full combo a little bit down the road. He's looking for more. Going to catch RTs with a Concussive Shot, though. Doesn't have the Flare. He's going to clear the road for Vigos to teleport right in onto that Viper. That Battery Assault going to kill off the Viper very, very easily with the rest of the team right behind him. Roshan isn't up, unfortunately, and since I can't see the clock, so don't really know when that's going to come up.
Well, neither can I, so more server, funny business coming out, I suppose. Skywrath Mage, they're looking for the next assassin. They have a sentry on the ground, so the Wraithfire Blast is not going to be disjointed. He's also silenced up and just blown to death. Vengeful Spirit getting that one with the Magic Missile, not going to be able to avoid that one this time. Sunstrike, not going to clip on the Vengeful Spirit. A little harassed to Blurry Brain, but that's about it.
Blurry Brain should really be looking for some sort of regeneration right now. He used his ultimate, I only think once, but he's pretty much completely run out of mana in this stage, and without your ultimate, your kill potential drops by such a huge margin. They're going to go for Jet with the concussive shot, seal, but they do have to worry about PSMs right there. Will get stunned up immediately. Arrow's taking the curse as well. They're going to get the Howl through, and they will kill out the Shadow Demon very easily. Skywrath Mage securing that kill. RT is going to now go to work on whoever he get his hands on. It's going to be Wraith King. Stuck in the Sprout. This will be Reincarnation slow only. Nexus still alive. Will try to TP out of here. Cold Snap. There's no Cold Snap. He'll teleport away, and the Wraith King blinks away, in fact. KPG, it looked like they were going to get one, maybe even two, but in the end, they get 0 people.
Yeah, I don't know, Wraith King's reincarnation slows pretty strong, and, well, they weren't able to focus him down before the Blink Dagger came up. Pretty much sums up, he's going for a stun onto the Viper, but he doesn't have enough backup here. He's going to get cold snapped here. The Razor is inbound, and nobody's going to die, I don't think. But in the end, Wraith King going to be worse for wear after that initiation.
Razor's actually found himself enough. Wraith King.
He might just straight up die to those Forge Turrets, but I don't know. Does he have the Invoke off of cooldown? He does. He's going to go for Meteor as they're jumping into mid. The Skywrath Mage ulti doing a huge amount of damage to Shadow Demon. He's going to be the first one to fall, but Nexus also looking pretty sad. He throws out the Magic Missile. Skywrath Mage on the back lines. He's going to be force-staffed in by the Nature's Prophet. The hook is going to land on Nagoric as they try to chase down Blurry Brain. He's going to silence up the Nexus Assassin. No Spike Carapace coming out from him just yet. As well, Throne going to catch out that kill. Got him, as well as the Viper going to be delayed by the Battery Assault. And well, it looks like Blurry Brain's going to survive. And now Artis not going to look too healthy either, as that's going to be 4 heroes down, and Blurry Brain survives. Sunstrike going to be way off the mark, as Invoker's the only one to survive on the side of KPG after that last engage.
Kompas Gaming, they were baited so hard by that Skywrath Mage. He is such a tasty target. It's like, oh, he has 2 armor. He doesn't have that much health. We could kill him off and then turn around and kill everyone else. But they just chased him for so damn long, and Skywrath Mage with 380 movement speed, he's going pretty quick. Kompas Gaming, they just wasted so much time chasing after that Skywrath Mage. In the meantime, Vigos was right on their ass. The Razor was in the middle of that fight with Eye of the Storm, which is Aghanimed, by the way. So KPG, they focus the wrong person and get really, really punished by it. They might even lose this Roshan, but for M5, it's going pretty slowly. I think KPG can make a defense on this Roshan.
That is if they know about it. Skywrath Mage is up on the high ground and will use his Illusion Rune to scout out, and I'm not sure that they're privy to the fact that Roshan's going on. Yeah, with the minus armor as well as the sustain coming out from the Wraith King Eventual Spirit, I think they can do this. Oh no, here comes rotation from Kompas Gaming. He's gonna drop a Skywrath Mage Mystic Flare onto Goddamn. It's not gonna be enough damage, but it's gonna zone them out enough, or will it? Force staff onto Viper, trying to chase him down as Roshan is being taken inside the pit. Blow your brain. Still the tasty target that he was earlier on, as Roshan is going to be taken. The rest of his team is there to back him up, and well, it just goes the way of the Razor. Now the fight's actually gonna break out as Artist. Starts off with the Static Link. And, well, he's going to be Wraithfire blasted up. A lot of damage being sold up by Throne, but he's going to die almost straight up. Loses the Aegis. He still has the Eye of the Storm running through as well. Vigos going to pick up the kill on the Assassin on the backlines of the fight as they're able to chase down the Viper as well. And it looks like it's going to be a full retreat going up from Kompas Gaming. Although they lost the Aegis, well, maybe it's not done with the concussive shot as well as the Atos going on the Jet, and they're going to be able to blow up the TP going Nature's Prophet. Invis, I don't think it's going to save Jet. Do they have any detection? They don't have it on the ground, and, well, they're still chasing me out, and we'll just clear up the creep wave. Very unfortunate they didn't have Dust or sentries or anything.
Yeah, they probably should have, though they did use 1 sentry in order to make sure that the Roshan was secure from Nyx Vendetta or something like that. So maybe they just found unfortunate timing and just ran out of detection, which it happens, but you should have detection on your person, especially when you're going to be going after kills on the Invoker and the Nyx Assassin. If you don't, you're going to let those free kills get away. But yeah, M5, unfortunately for KPG, they were all just caught up on this small ramp right to the right of the Roshan pit. They were all just jammed up there, and they were throwing out a couple of right clicks and everything, but they couldn't actually get into the fight. So M5, they're only dealing with a couple of heroes at a time, and when you have a fight like that, then it's really easy for you to take it very well, as Vigos getting hit with the Vendetta from Goddamn, and now the stun, it will be thrown the way of Nyx Assassin, plus the Howl Terror, Magic Missile to follow up. Goddamn's going to get annihilated. Wraith King with the Wraithfire Burn is going to take that kill. M5, they have Eye of the Storm on this Razor with Aghanimed upgrade. They might look to go to high ground right now.
I don't know, I'd kind of like to see them back off for the tier 2 tower up top before they go straight up high ground. I don't think the Nyx Assassin's really the biggest issue when they're pushing up, but I don't know, this Clockwork is ridiculously farmed at this point. He has the Phase, Mjolnir, Force Staff, Drums, as well as Dust now on his person. I don't know, the Mjolnir charge is going to be very useful for his team, as well as he's doing a decent amount of damage. Himself as Razor might spot out Jet, but Jet's just going to TP out there, no way to cancel that. In the end, he'll be just fine. Nature's Prophet probably going to do the same, and, well, almost spotted up with the Clockwork Flare, but in the end, TP's away, just like the Invoker.
I don't know if I've ever seen Mjolnir with on Clockwork before. It's not exactly the item that you would instantly think of. Normally you want to have your Clockwork be a really tanky frontline disruptor as opposed to someone who's going to actually be hitting people for damage. Of course, the static charge is always going to be nice, but, well, actually he's the only one who's going for that right now. So mostly getting for the static charge, though if he does get someone in the cogs, he could beat them down pretty quickly with the amount of damage he's putting out.
Well, and also we'll give him a little bit more counter push up against the split coming out from Kompas Gaming. He'll be able to clear waves a lot faster with the Lightning as well as the Rocket Flare. They will go for the tier 2 tower before going high ground, but in the meantime, Kompas Gaming are all down bottom. They're smoked up, and PSM's invis. So, I don't know, they might be baiting out this Nature's Prophet, but will Moscow 5 actually back off for this? I think they can just go straight up for the tier 3, and they might lose their tier 2 tower for it, but with Eye of the Storm, not sure if Kompas Gaming can really contest this, and while the tier 3 tower is just falling too quickly, they will delay it with a Glyph, but I don't know, Glyph comes out on their side, and they're forced to TP back in. The Glyph is going to wear off as the lag comes through. I really wish I knew what was going on.
I'm going to assume that it's a 1-for-1 trade so far, because I'm lagging too. I see double meteors. Does he have a refresher orb? He doesn't even have a refresher orb. I just saw double meteors. Okay, but Wrath of Nature does fly through. It looks like they did take out the melee Raxus so far. Got him off to the side. We'll get hit with the Mystic Flare from Blow Your Brain, giving him an unstoppable streak. They're going to turn this around as Wraithfire Blast does go the way of PSM. Jump forward for Blow Your Brain. We'll kill the Shadow Demon. Double kill for Blow Your Brain. Now onto RTs. The focus is going to go. The Razor going to pop his BKB and now just start stealing the damage from the Viper and just whipping it right back. It's a dominating kill for him. It's range Raxus, which is still fairly vulnerable. Nexus is going to swap his way out of that fight, try to TP out. He's going to drop, unfortunately for him. It looks like everyone else from M5 will secure themselves, back to base. They're all going to be fine, but they take the melee Raxes, and actually, wait, Blow Your Brain might not be fine. Borek is in the area, doesn't have a blink just yet. Blow Your Brain will get the concussive shot and then lag.
I think he's going to blink towards the north and be fine, but he doesn't have a TP scroll, so, well, for now, he actually gets the kill on the Nature's Prophet. I have no idea how. The Sunstrike going to land on Blow Your Brain as well. Blinks towards the south, and he's out to safety. No way that they can chase him down, and I don't know, Scarth Mage does a whole heck of a lot of damage. We're used to seeing him as a support where the Arcane Bolt isn't that big of a deal, but now with a completed Scythe device as well as an Atos, that's a whole heck of a lot of int that's going through, and in the end it was too much for Nature's Prophet to deal with. Trying to chase down the Scarth Mage, but in the end who was chasing who as Blow Your Brain comes out with the kill?
Gigas is still up top. I don't really know what he's doing. He's going to go for a kill into Goddamn, and he's going to catch only him in those cogs. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any true sight, and he has to worry about lots of support as the Invoker does Force Staff his way forward. Maybe a little bit over-ambitious, this Clockwork. No Nature's Prophet to teleport in, however, so he will escape from that unpunished. But ballsy play from this Clockwork.
Yeah, I don't know. He did have Dust if he wanted to go for that, but in the end, I think it's better that he didn't. You don't want to really be giving up your life for the kill on the Nyx Assassin that has very little to nothing. Arcane Boots and Stick, that's it. So, yeah, I think it was wise that he backed off there. Actually, why is my camera focusing instantly on the Nyx? That's kind of interesting. Either way, or lag as they push out mid. I think this is a really great start for Moscow 5 to close out this game. Although Kompas Gaming do have the tools to combat against the push, they just can't really fight. Whenever Moscow 5 commit to a 5-on-5 engagement, they just seem to be winning them. Whether by just the farm advantage or by their execution.
And KPG, they're being forced into these fights because they have to defend against this Aghanim Eye of the Storm. If they don't, they lose Raxes. So it's either we have to fight or we lose Raxes. And I think that's a pretty clear decision point if you ask me, as Razor does breach the high ground with that Eye of the Storm. We'll get it with an Impale and a little bit of chip damage off to the side. He's taking some pretty heavy hits, actually. There's the Mystic Flare onto Goddamn. He will be put into the bubble as Vigos does go right in with that hook shot, Force Staff his way out. In the meantime, Vengeful Spirit does secure the kill in the back end nose. Nyx Assassin going down in exchange for Clockwork. Don't really know how Vengeful Spirit got the kill. Must have been just like a stray Howl of Terror or something, but they ultimately defend Kompas Gaming, and the tower takes minimal damage.
Yeah, so in the end, they'll be happy with how that exchange went, despite losing their Nyx Assassin to the Owl, I think. I don't know. It was lagging out, and I'm just going to assume that that's what picked him off, because I don't think there was another way that Venge could have gotten that. But, well, we're going to see another Mjolnir this game, as Nature's Prophet picks up one of his own. So the pushing power coming out from him is going to be a little bit stronger, and, well, for now, it looks like mid might be the place where they engage, as Blow Your Brain might get caught out here, or the other way around. I have no idea. Throws a concussive shot out. That's about all I see, as he will be just fine, and ends up backing out.
I like how the lag is happening right before something is going to go down. So it's like a choose your own adventure book kind of. It's like, do you think Blow Your Brain is going to get the kill, or do you think he's going to die? And every single time it's been happening like that. It's really weird.
I don't know. I'm just gonna throw it out that I assume this is the same DDoS stuff that was happening to US East, but I have no idea. As they hex up Goddamn, and he's gotten the Skype Mage Mystic Flare. Godlike spree for Blow Your Brain. This guy just hasn't died. I mean, he's 16-3-9, but for a Skywrath Mage, that's amazing.
Yeah, really you can't ask for much more from your Skywrath Mage. Being able to 100 to 0 pretty much anyone at this stage in the game, and being able to do that through 4 staffs is really, really nice. And they're going to go for mid lane one more time. If it didn't work the first time, then it sure as hell is not going to not work the second time. Might as well just go for it. Mech being deployed from the Razor, he does take some pretty substantial chip damage from this Viper, but there's the Mystic Flare. Where's the ultimate? Mystic Flare onto Arctis, annihilating that Viper, and the swap back onto Jet. Next is making a huge initiation onto the Invoker. Now Vigos can chase down Gorak with double static charges. They're both lightning bolting each other, but it's a triple kill for Blow Your Brain, as he does silence up Jet, who does drop the Meteor. Will completely whiff. Goddamn, gonna get a nice impale onto the Razor, but I don't think it's gonna lead to that much. Goddamn, now invisible, and Wraith King blinking his way out of that fight. The Clockwork still in an aug position off to the right, but no one actually seems to know that he's there. Goddamn, gonna land an impale into Blow Your Brain. Sunstrike onto the Razor. 15 HP. He's gonna live. There's nothing else that they could throw at him. He's gonna get earned up, and that's gonna be the second set of Raxes. 41 to 18, and I think that might just be game.
Yeah, these are best of one, so it's not over till it's over, but it's pretty much over. That's 2 lanes of Rax, and at 35 minutes in the game, that's pretty much damning, as Goddamn is going to get caught up by the Skywrath Mage. No Mystic Flare necessary, as the magic nuke damage is just too much. And, well, they'll be repelled before the last set of Rax drops, and, well, they're going to swap out, thrown outside of the Sprout. He's taking a lot of damage, however. In the end, he's going to survive, or will he? 4-step forward, one more right-click, it's going to be enough. And, well, they at least come away with something, but after losing Rax, definitely not worth it. They also get the Vengeful Spirit. Didn't see how that one happened, but in the end, that's going to be the trade.
And M5 with 2 Raxes up are sitting very pretty at this stage. The Roshan will be attempted by KPG, but Vigos, I think the Rocket Flare scouted that out. It might have flown over, might have not, I'm not sure. I don't even know if M5 wanted to fight here. It will be a 3v4. It'll probably behoove them to back off for now. I mean, Vigos has gone for crit. This Clockwork is carry clock as if I've ever seen one. But Roshan, less than half HP now, and it looks like M5, they're just going to be fine with sacking this one, it looks like. Yeah, they can't go in at this stage. It's just too many heroes.
Oh, I don't know. If Vigos is throwing out a flare, he might be thinking about it. Waiting. I don't think he's going to go, but I don't know. He might. There's the Roshan down, and they might be able to find a fight after Rosh dies. I don't know, Blow Your Brain might be in a precarious situation as they look for a hookshot, lands on the right side of the fight, and PSM, as well as the Viper, just getting ripped to shreds. The crit coming out from Vigos, and, well, it's not really doing the most damage. They will drop the Aegis on the Viper, and, well, Goddamn is looking for a Skywrath Mage. The Mana Burn does 815 damage, and the Impale going to be off the mark, but Viper is going to be able to secure that kill before he dies. He's going to be bashed to death by Vigos. He eats the cheese as well. So much commitment to try to stay alive, and it looks like it's going to be enough. As Deafening Blast Meter comes out onto Vigos. Vigos is going to die, and now Era is also going to suffer a similar fate with no ultimate available for another 20 seconds. That's a gem lost and a pretty big win for Kompas Gaming at the end of the day, although it cost them pretty much the entire advantage that the Roshan gave them. Aegis and cheese, both used by the Viper.
And Vengeful Spirit, Razor, both were nowhere even near that fight, so KBG, they take a fight with the numbers advantage, though the initiation was really bad for them. Like, that was really nice initiation with Clockwork, hitting hookshot with 2 people and then instantly taking out the Shadow Demon. This Viper just was not dying. He had Aegis, he had the cheese, he has Aghanims and everything like that, so he's a tanky guy, and M5, they recognized that because they had to try to go through his health pool 3 times, and that's not going to happen for a very long time after this. I think after they have everyone respawn, they're just going to group up on bottom and just go for it.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment for now. Kompas Gaming, you're just going to group down in bottom, and I don't know, see what happens. There's a Sunstrike drop by the Invoker to help counter push a little bit more, drops the range creep. Do about half, but that's about it.
There's some like serious construction going on outside. I don't know if you could hear that.
Fortunately, I cannot.
Okay, good. Just wondering, but yeah, top lane, Vigos is going to clear the creep wave there, and then we'll look for solo kills. He finds himself a double damage rune. Hell yeah, gotta go for that. He sees Gorek. Hook shot in, he lands it. Now the battery assault, now the cogs, or just beatdown. Beatdown's fun too. Force staff to chase down the stage of Prophet. I don't think Gorek's going to escape, though he does summon a whole bunch of trees. Now Vigos is going man mode on the stage of Prophet. Free kill for him up on top lane. In the meantime, bottom, we're going to see a little bit of initiation. Perhaps, goddamn, is invisible with the gem. Is there a gem on the other side? I don't think there is. And M5, they're completely surrounded right now, though they have no idea. Where is Blow Your Brain? He's nowhere near this. This is going to be a 3v5. They get initiation onto the Razor. Sunstrike is going to land onto Nexus with a beautiful two-man Deafening Blast. Wraith King and Venture Spirit getting hit very hard by that, but they're still surrounded. PSM going to try to take out Nexus off to the right as Arrows is going to try to get his hands up to anyone, but he's so slow. The Eye of the Storm's still working down the Shadow Demons, though somehow Nexus is alive. Arrows is going to respond and now go to town onto Artees as Blow Your Brain finally comes right in. No Mystic Flare needed. That was a 3v4 rather, and they clean up really easily. It's a GG off of that.
Yeah, no big surprises coming out there, as this would be your third lane of Rax as well as Mega Creeps. So in the end, GG to both teams. This is a best of one in the Gigabyte Challenge number 7, and we'll have to see what next game is coming on as we are back to, I don't know, the first stage of it. I think they go like into 4 and then 2 and then the winner, and then 4-2 winner again, and then we have the finals. I don't know. We're going to have more Dota, rather, so that's going to be the sum of it. So we're going to go into another game, not sure exactly which one, but we'll let you know on stream. So thanks for watching here on HeflaTV. If you like casting, follow us on our social media websites at twitch.tv or at HeflaTV on Twitter and Facebook, as well as HeflaTV 1 and 2 on Twitch. And well, as for the VODs, will be uploaded to youtube.com/HeflaMonkey. You can find all those links down in the description, or Moobot spams those in the chat. So thanks for watching. I've been Grant Speed, and he's been Mike Loris. See you soon.
Later, guys. GG.